What really is the relationship between the various gods in the Mayan culture in the various underworlds?
Yeah, I think, you know, what the word God, as we know it, is some kind of an individual, and I don't think that have been how the Maya perceived these different time periods, these different cosmic energies. But from a modern perspective, we don't perceive it that way. We perceive it as cosmic energies. And we should be aware just that we are using different languages for the same thing.
Is there anything you want to speak to the Christian audience? They're so anti anything other than the Book of Revelation.
Yeah.
I always like hitting on those, various underworlds brought in various prophets.
Yeah.
You hold a cross while you're saying this too, please.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think I have anything more there.
Do you want to speak more? Go ahead.
There's one thing I think I should clarify here, that no, I lost track there.
What?
Yeah, no, forget it. Yes.
Would you mind if I?
Yeah.
But is it true that is it true? I'm not sure that we all have to allow for letting go, and letting go of the way we know things have been and worked, and accept and the intuition of allowing things to become new. Is there anything that you'd like to say to that?
Yeah. So I think we've all been born into this, what I call the planetary underworld. Not all of us, but anyone who's above 10 years of age, have been born into a world of industrialism that started in 1755, and this has shaped our entire way of thinking, that whole underworld. And going into a new, actually up onto the two higher underworlds, we need to be prepared that how to live in that underworld and how to live in that new world, our previous knowledge may not serve us. It may not serve at all for guidance. And so we have to be aware that many of our old notions will need to fall, that we need to let go of many things that we've taken for granted in order to create this kind of a transition to the new world.
What about, I don't want to get too exploitive here, so I don't want you to answer it exploitively, but in the coming months, in November, in the sixth night, what types of things could you expect?
Well, when I answer these questions, it's always sort of a mixture of what I know from the Mayan calendar and my own intuition, so to speak. And the Mayan calendar gives you general energies coming forth, but it never speaks about exactly in detail what will happen, because that's not part of it. It's rather that the energy makes its way forward in one way or another. But I would not, my intuition then tells me that something, so if there is an energy now that is poised to bring a downfall of the international monetary system, and especially the US dollar, that will come through in one way or another. But then the question is, would there be something triggering it? And the answer is probably yes. And I have a sense there might be some demoralizing political event or something like that at that time. But this is intuition, and rather than Mayan calendar.
That's interesting. Do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about disease?
No.
Okay. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. No.
Feel free, by the way. You get final cut.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
I mean,
yeah.
It's not. It's
yeah.
Not,
No. But
this
no.
thing isn't going to be cut.
Yeah.
You're not doing an interview for a news
Yeah,
station here.
yeah.
You know, if you said something and say, "Hey, look, I'm
Yeah.
going to cut that out,"
Yeah.
nobody's going to do anything. You guys aren't going to put this online without his
Yeah.
approval.
Right. There's.
I mean, just so you know,
Mm.
I don't think anybody
No,
here
the goal is
wants
to help
to.
you.
I don't think anybody
Thank
wants
you.
to exploit it.
No.
Exploit anything.
No, there's. And
Some of those questions kind of hook people in to show interest.
oh, it's
That's why
good.
I'm there.
It's good. It helps me. And there's something I want to say there. The fact that the Fed, as it's called, was instituted in 1913 when the fifth day began. And because this is something that is talked about much in these sort of semi-conspiracy
Yes.
things.
The end of the world, the end of the U.S. happened when the Fed was created.
Yeah, right. So, let me
Why don't you start off that way? The Fed was created.
yeah. So the whole, this planetary underworld was the one that developed the modern banking system. And in steps you can see how it led to, ultimately, to a world where there is no gold standard. But one of the steps here on this path is a noteworthy one, especially for the United States, which is the institution of the Federal Reserve, which happened exactly in the year 1913. And if you look here, that's a significant shift point in the Mayan calendar. It's the beginning of the fifth day. And what I want to say about this is that this is a much discussed topic, because many people say that this is how the monetary system was invented, and money as debt and so forth. And I'm not arguing with that. All I'm saying is that the fact that it happened in the year 1913 means that it's part of a cosmic plan, and that now is coming in higher levels that may be balancing and reversing those that particular system that was instituted at that point in time. So the point here is really that the economic system of the world is really something that's fundamentally shaped by these energies. And if the planetary underworld was all about creating a convenient material life for the world, I think the next two underworlds, the galactic and the universal, is all about restructuring the world in such a way that people will be in equal position to enjoy whatever material was created in that lower underworld.
That's great. That's great.
I think it's important to get in there because it is much discussed, this. And,
Yes,
yeah.
it is. From a very negative standpoint.
Yeah, from a very negative standpoint.
But you're not being that way at all.
No.
You're calming nerves, Carl.
Oh, good. That's good.
You want to say anything like that? People should not be afraid of what's happening. People should just be conscious of it.
No.
You got it?
No, I wouldn't. It would be more like that's Don Alejandro says.
Yeah.
Tata is always saying that. Don't be afraid. It will only be 3 days of complete darkness, and
Right.
don't worry.
We don't know if the sun's going to be the same sun or
Yeah,
a new sun.
right. But don't be
It
afraid.
might last 2 years.
Yeah.
No, I'm not on that prophetic level, so
We don't
to
want
speak.
that.